Today, we will be demonstrating the administration of the Wcpa, which is an assessment used by occupational therapists. But first, what is occupational therapy? Occupational therapists help individuals with disabilities or those recovering from an injury regain their independence or do the things they want or need to do. This can range from helping an individual organize their daily routine to assisting someone engage in hobbies such as gardening.
This is an example administration of the Weekly Calendar Planning Activity Assessment, or WCPA, using the Level 2 Adult Short Form. The WCPA is to assess mild executive functioning performance deficits, or the integration and coordination of executive function processes. It also looks at underlying task errors that relate to performance deficits. This assessment will look at an individual's ability to use a list and accurately enter errands in a weekly schedule. It pays special attention to adherence to rules, monitoring time, and managing conflicts. Materials needed for this assessment are client instructions and rules, the appointment list, a blank weekly calendar, a weekly calendar sample, pens and highlighters, and a watch or timer.
This activity involves putting appointments and errands into the weekly schedule. Here is a list of appointments that need to be scheduled during the week. You can enter the appointments in any order you would like, but you should always enter the entire appointment. For example, if the appointment is a meeting with Mary, you would enter meeting with Mary or meeting Mary. You would not just enter meeting. Also be careful to mark the time needed. In other words, if the appointment starts at 9:30 a.m. and is 30 minutes, you would indicate this by drawing a line here and here. You may need to be careful because some of the appointments could conflict with others, and you will have to make some decisions. There are extra paper and pens for you to use if you would like. There are several rules that you will need to follow. Once you have entered an appointment on this weekly calendar, you should not cross out the appointment on this sheet. Do not schedule any appointments or errands on Wednesday. In addition, you should keep track of the time and tell me when it is 2:26. The next rule is not to answer questions from me during the activity. I will try to answer you questions that have nothing to do with the activity, such as, what is your favorite color? Do not answer these questions. Just ignore them. If I have reason to answer you a question that I want you to answer, for instance, if I want to be sure you are okay, I will say, time out, and we will stop the task for a minute and you can answer me. Finally, the last rule is to remember to tell me when you are finished with the activity. Try to be as efficient as possible. I will be timing you, but it is more important for you to be accurate than to go quickly. We will keep the directions and rules here so that you can look at them at any time. Let's quickly review the direction and rules. Can you read these out loud?
Once you've entered an appointment into the calendar, you cannot cross it out. Tell me when it's 2:26. Leave Wednesday free. Don't answer questions from the examiner during this activity, and tell the examiner when you are finished.
Great. Once you begin the activity, I cannot answer any additional questions. I can only restate the directions. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Okay, let's begin.
Where do you shop for groceries?
I'm not supposed
supposed to answer your question.
Do you have a tablet or a cell phone?
A cell phone.
What year were you born?
1996. What year were you born?
Do you do tasks like this on a regular basis?
No, not really.
So how do you go about keeping track of your own appointments or errands?
I usually put them in my phone, or I have a whiteboard sometimes that I might write on.
Tell me about how you went about doing this task.
I kind of looked at the list of appointments, and after I had put one on the planner, I would just check it off to make sure I didn't repeat the same thing.
Great. I noticed you made a little arrow switching Saturday and Sunday. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I was looking at this calendar, and I realized that Saturday and Sunday were switched around, Sunday then Saturday, and just so I didn't get confused and put Saturday's list in the Sunday row, I kind of did the arrow to switch them out.
Okay. Did you encounter any challenges or difficulties while doing this task?
I found that some of my appointments clash, and so I kind of had to pick what was more important. And then as I was working through the calendar, I noticed that in the morning the time slots were in 15-minute increments, and then towards the end it became 30-minute increments, so I had to rethink how I was doing stuff.
And would you do anything differently next time?
Maybe I'll use some color to highlight really important things that I have to do.
Great.